something wrong with this country. Our people losing their brain. When I am singing calypso, they say never call people name. Last year when I roll like thunder, I make sure leave out people name. But some people start to wonder.
Good morning, my people. My name is Chief Strongblood. I am St. Vincent and the Grenadine Spirit of Most Editor. I am the diaspora machismo. It was another beautiful day for a protest, and I enjoyed every moment of my protest. Let me first remind you, the front of my sign says, I don't want the white man's money, the white man's woman, the white man's friendship, and or the white man's food. And the reverse of my sign says, white man, why have you enslaved the African Americans, the Latinos, etc.? All in all, it was another beautiful day for a protest, and I enjoyed every moment of my protest. There is nothing particularly interesting that I should bring to your attention.
So lay down Glenny, please. We know who you mean. Yeah, then we know who you mean. Just yeah, then we know who you mean. Then so far the rape police. We know who you mean. Yeah, then we know.
As it relates to my protest, and as you know, when I have protested, and when I have updated you as to what transpired while I protested, it is always my pleasure and my delight to bring to your attention something of a social nature as it relates to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. My people, I told you I would revisit the Rainforest fish packing plant in St. Vincent and the Grenadines once again. And today is the day I'm going to revisit that operation and what have happened and what is happening to that operation. What I told you in the first video is what I know and understand about the culture of St. Vincent and the Grenadines and the way that culture is going to impact the Rainforest Seafood packaging plant that is owned by Brian Jardim. Now, let me bring to you my research and help you to understand what I told you in the first video and qualify those things that I told you using the research that I did. In 2019, Mr. Jardim, after he had been invited to start the Rainforest Seafood manufacturing plant, came to St. Vincent and the Grenadines and he made a proposal. He was supposed to invest 10 million EC dollars on a plant, which is about 3.5 million US dollars. Now, his plant was supposed to have a cold storage that could hold up to 250,000 pounds of fish. Based on the lies that was told to him by Sir Camello Gonsalves and Ralph Gonsalves, Mr. Jardim was expecting to export over $20 million worth of seafood product from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. In the first year, he was supposed to make back the money he spent and another $10 million on top of that. Now, after 4 years of operation, Mr. Jardim cannot even recoup $500,000 of the investment that he put into St. Vincent and the Grenadines. This is what happens when a trusted businessman or a trusting businessman does business with liars like Ralph Gonsalves and his son, Camello Gonsalves. We know so about the Caesar is only there for the ride and to take the blame when things fail. For the past 4 years, the Rainforest Seafood Packaging Company has been running at a loss just like Sandals, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So Mr. Jardim have to try to recoup his money somehow. That is why he gone outside of the condition of the tax exemption he was given in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Let me explain to you what this is. Mr. Jardim was given duty-free concessions for tax exemption for his business. That means anything that he imports in relation to the export of fish from St. Vincent and the Grenadines came into the country tax-free. The monies he make from the sale of those fish overseas from St. Vincent and the Grenadines were also tax-free. He is given the privilege of exporting his product without paying any tax on it. He also has the privilege of importing vehicles and other material and equipment that is related to the business tax-free. These duty-free concessions are given to new businesses to ensure that they strive in the early phase. And the early phase of a business is the most difficult phase, where they are dealing with tooting or starting problems. Even with the duty-free concessions that is given, the tax break that is given, he is still operating at a loss. So that is why Mr. Jardim is now importing pigtail and other grocery items duty-free and going out and compete against the regular supermarket and wholesalers in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, which is unfair business practices. We all could understand Mr. Jardim's plight. But as a businessman, sometimes you lose, sometimes you win. Sometimes you make a bad investment and you make good investment and you capitalize on those good investments. We have to remember, when you get into business, you win some, you lose some. You make good investments and you make bad investments. Mr. Jardim have to cut his losses because he's not a poor guy. You have to cut his losses. He cannot go about in St. Vincent and the Grenadines breaking the law, trying to recoup something that he have lost. That is now how reasonable people conduct business. Mr. Jardim put his confidence and his trust into a liar, Ralph Gonsalves, and the liar Camello Gonsalves. He came to St. Vincent. He had an obligation as a businessman to do his homework, to conduct the research. He had a duty to his family, to his business, and to himself to ensure that St. Vincent was what Ralph Gonsalves and Camello Gonsalves told him it was, as it relates to the industry that he is involved in. He had a duty to his company and his workers to ensure that he did the groundwork. But he refused to do the groundwork. And he took Ralph Gonsalves and Camello Gonsalves at their words. And now he have invested over $3.5 million in St. Vincent and the Grenadines in an operation that is not going to bear fruit anytime soon. The fisher people in St. Vincent and the Grenadines refused to sell fish to Rainforest Packaging Company because they were offering prices far below that which you can get at the vendors who are chopping the fish for the local market. Like Mr. Jardim, the fishermen in St. Vincent and the Grenadines is in business to ensure that he make a profit. The fishermen are the same, so they are not going to bypass the local market, which is offering a greater dollar for their product, and go and sell their commodity to Mr. Jardim and his enterprise at a lower price. It is not good business sense. It is not good business practice. Mr. Jardim will not do that with his company. So why does he expect the fishermen and women in St. Vincent and the Grenadines to do that? Now, Mr. Jardim and the Rainforest Seafood Packaging Plant, which was expected to export over $20 million worth of seafood from St. Vincent and the Grenadines in the first year, is now resort to importing seafood into St. Vincent and the Grenadines from Jamaica and other countries to be sold in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, competing with the local fishermen and women, all because he's trying to make back the money that he invests in the plant he put down in St. Vincent and the Grenadines under the counsel of the liar Ralph Gonsalves and the liar Camello Gonsalves. That is why Ralph Gonsalves and Camello Gonsalves is helpless to tell Mr. Jardim that he is unable to import grocery items duty-free and compete with the local businessmen. Graves, one of these, Randy, and all of the other supermarkets and 7s in the Grenadines. It is called unfair business practice because all of these enterprises have to pay high duties and high taxes on their business and the activities of their business, when Mr. Jardim do not have to do it because those things are coming in duty free. This unfair business practice can put all of the homegrown businesses in St. Vincent and the Grenadines out of operation. My people, this is the long and the short of the matter. My name is Chief Strongman. I am St. Vincent and the Grenadines' favorite most hated son. I am the diaspora. Remember to like this video, share this video, leave a comment on this video, let me know what are your thoughts about what was said in this video. And remember to like or subscribe based on which social media platform you're viewing at. There are many more videos like this right here. Go and look at those videos and let me know what are your thoughts. And I will talk to you on Monday.
I want to hear the back vocal scream, scream, yeah. All you scream, yeah. We know who you mean. Now so and so laid up.